Let's go ahead and play this first sneak peek for Of Dogs and Men at ofdogsandmen.net. We're going to tweet this out as well at Real Alex Jones. Here it is.
Chloe enjoyed apples. If I took 2 slices, she just kind of give me a look like, hey, that one was mine.
Ava was like my 4th daughter, a very, very sweet, gentle dog.
Which one is it going to be? I got an A, B, and C.
It's not noted in the caller if I'm standing outside.
Hey, show me your hand! Show me your hand!
He pulled out his gun and shot her right in the head.
I said, you shot my dog, you shot my dog.
They hunted him down from behind and killed him.
God, please don't let my baby die.
This situation made a lot of people feel like it could have been them.
How a police officer shot and killed a woman yesterday.
He did not mean to shoot the lady. He was aiming for the dog.
Don't shoot my dog, man!
The same police officer that killed him said it wasn't nothing but a dog.
He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Everybody needs to remember there are 2 sides to every story.
Police department, is anybody home?
We got to think about life, death, family, that fast.
I've fired 1 shot into the dog's head. Drug dealers have aggressive dogs.
Have you ever seen a drug dealer using a Labrador dog?
No.
The police officer had shot and killed their dog, and that dog was a Chihuahua.
The knee-jerk reaction is to circle the wagons, prepare for a fight, and deny everything.
We had the witness that doesn't lie. We had the videotape.
Why is it so commonly justified that we literally shoot 5, 6, 7 bullets at a threat that has never killed one of us in the line of duty?
Of Dogs and Men, ofdogsandmen.net. I appreciate our guest joining us. Michael Ozias started making films on Super 8 camera when he was 7 years old. He's always known it was his career ambition, attended film school for moving to Los Angeles. Initially, he worked as an editor for movies and television shows like American Idol and Dr. Phil and Son of a Guns. He then co-founded his new media company where he has written and directed web videos on socially relevant topics like the drug war, the legal system, and education. He holds a BA in film production from the University of Central Florida. Michael, thank you for coming on with us. Wow, to watch him shoot the Chihuahuas on that video, it's crazy. And I see those articles all the time where the Pomeranian was shot 3 times, the Dachshund was shot 4 times. And, I mean, that's the reason you don't do no-knock raids and stuff unless it really is terrorist or a giant drug lab. But now they're doing this across the board. And I just saw it in the news last week where the cop, have you seen the video where he shoots the dog over the fence because it's barking at him? I mean, this is just crazy, just from a PR perspective. I mean, I'd get it if I was doing a warrant service on a child molester and a pit bull rushed me, I'd shoot it. And nobody's going to say you shouldn't. But the videos of, like, the lab on a leash backing away while it's being shot, I mean, it's just crazy town. I mean, I went to one house where, and you could see where the dog had slumped. The dog never even got up. They came in, the lab started to get up, they shot it a couple times. I mean, why is this happening? Is it increasing, or are we just aware of it now? What's going on, Michael?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on, Alex, and playing the trailer. And I appreciate you consistently talking about these incidents when they come up. People need to know about it. There's a lot of people who just don't know that it's going on. I think that's the #1 obstacle facing change right now. So we're working on that. But yeah, is it increasing? We believe that it is increasing. And the reason that we think so is because it really only takes a quick peek at a couple of trends, and those would be really cultural trends. You notice, like in the 70s, there maybe was a couple hundred SWAT raids a year, using SWAT as an example. We know that's where this whole thing started to become an issue.
Daryl Yates.
You know, and then as recently as 2005, we're at north of 50,000 of these raids annually. So if you take that and you put it together with the cultural change that we as dog owners have also experienced, where the dog used to be guarding the farm and then it was in the backyard, now it's in our house. And so you have these two factions basically both kind of meeting in the middle here inside our homes with tragic results.
We have paramilitary forces coming in our houses looking for drugs the government shipped in, the banks laundered, and then our Chihuahua or our Dachshund gets up and they just, and I get it, they want to control the situation, they want to watch for humans, they want to see what's happening, so they just dispatch the dog as a matter of course, and then lie about it.
Well, it's become very routine, and while there may be some departments out there that have a full-time staff of SWAT officers, largely a lot of these SWAT officers, they do other things, and so they're working in the prisons or they're regular beat cops or something, and then when there's a raid, they suit up and they go do it. And so in the 80s, when shooting the dog was as part of training known to be an acceptable means of handling that solution, it started to happen with more and more regularity, and then it spilled over as those same officers were not in a SWAT situation.
Yeah, because all the dog knows from all its instincts is the cave is being invaded by another tribe of people. I'm going to bark, and so they're executed for barking. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I think like if you charge through a door wearing all dark clothes and your face covered with a shield and shouting very loudly, you'd really need a sack of cats to be any more assaulting on the sensitivity.
Well, and I mean, even a lab is going to bark when the family it loves is being. I mean, it's just all a big joke. And they ship the drugs in so they can destabilize everything and bring us to this point like a civil war, like Mexico.
Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. And now you can protect yourself from corrupt cops with the InfoWars dash cam. It's your car's black box that records all that the driver sees and hears. And introducing the Block It Pocket. It renders your phone undetectable while protecting your private data and your health. Or take back your privacy and protect your personal information by getting your very own Detractor cell phone pouch. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
Michael Ozias is our guest, the new documentary film of Dogs and Men. When is the film coming out? When can the public, get it on DVD? Or I guess it's going to go through a process. Where is the production right now?
Right now, the film is, I would say, 90% done. It's almost there, but the primary obstacle that we're facing with the release is just finding the home for it, distribution-wise. So as soon as we find that and we know where that is, we'll know when the release date will be.
Well, this is the type of film that needs to be on HBO. This is the type of film that needs to be seen. And if the system got behind it, it'd be a big hit, too. But the establishment just wants things to continue the way it is. And, for me, it's not about attacking the police. They're citizens. They live here, too. They're in the middle of this big phony drug war. A lot of them are good men and women. But, just the whole death squad, no-knock raids, it's what you get in North Korea or Venezuela or Nazi Germany. And it needs to be curtailed. And that's the national debate we've been having. We just want to slow it down. I mean, that'd be good. It's just growing. Where do you think all this is going to end? Because the biggest thing I found, I've asked the public, libertarian, conservative, liberal especially, really are starting to hate the police. And the biggest thing they say is, have you seen them kill those dogs, those little dogs? People really are getting freaked out by this.
Well, I think it's easier for people to wrap their head around, because when you hear about these incidents and it involves a person, there's always this thought about, well, what did he do? What did this person do that provoked the situation in the first place? But in the case of the dog, they're born innocent. Even in the stories that we hear about where the dog may have behaved aggressively, it's still our nature to, we naturally understand that the dog is not born that way. Somebody trained the dog to be that way. There's still a level of human culpability on the end of it, and the dogs are the ones who are paying the price.
Well, but I mean, these videos where a Chihuahua is just barking on the side of the street so that you shoot it, or the new video, we can put it on screen, where the cop just shoots the dog over the fence. What's the point?
There isn't one. And in our interviews, we in doing the interviews for the documentary, we talked to people who had lost their dogs. We talked to politicians. We talked to, but we talked to cops as well. And there are a lot of people in law enforcement who are not happy about this situation either. They want it to end. Of course, the Chihuahua does not pass the smell test for anybody. It's just, there's no expert witness that's going to come help you.
Well, let's say you're in a real drug house, because even though the drug war's phony, you can have some scum involved, and you're in there and a Chihuahua's running at you. Kick it or something. It'll run off. Why shoot it? I mean, it's just crazy.
I don't know, and we've asked that question because it seems like the idea that the dog as a distraction in a chaotic situation would be a justification for shooting it doesn't. It just doesn't sound right. And
what's a distraction? The drug war.
I'm sorry, say again, Alex?
The drug war is the distraction. We have more drugs on the streets than ever. The banks are laundering the money. It's a total fraud. Where do you see all this ending if it continues to escalate?
I think there's really two ways that this can happen. If people become aware of it, if they ask their local police department what they're doing about it, if things are done proactively in advance of a terrible incident happening, well, I mean, really, we're beating this problem one city at a time as a terrible incident gets a lot of press and all that. But if it's proactive, then we can solve it. Culturally, we can move the dog away from property and closer to family and police culture, because that's how we view them in citizen culture. So if we can do that and they can help us proactively, then together we can solve the problem probably quickly and painlessly. But if they don't, the number of people who are upset about this is growing. Legislation is passing. Mandates for training are passing, and the lawsuits are piling up, and the payouts are getting bigger and bigger. So
that's right.
It's not going away, and it's only going to get more painful.
That's right. None of this is. Well, look, we're going to have you back on the Nightly News the next few weeks and follow your film as it comes out. Thank you for the time. But they have huge funerals for police dogs that die on the line of duty. Fine. I love dogs. I'm a dog lover, big time. It's just they stand up for their families. That's why they're being killed. The cats could care less, so they're fine. I don't hate cats, but compared to dogs, give me a break. Oh, look at that cutie pie. Who is that terrorist?
His name is Freedom.
Oh, my gosh, even worse. He is a terrorist. Thank you so much, brother. We'll talk to you soon. We'll be back.
Eva was like my fourth daughter, a very, very sweet, gentle dog.
Which one is it going to be? I got an A, B, and C.
It's not noted in the caller. I'm standing outside.
Hey, show me your hand! Show me your hand!
He pulled out his gun and shot her right in the head.
I said, you shot my dog, you shot my dog.
They hunted him down from behind and killed him.
God, please don't let my baby die.
This situation made a lot of people feel like it could have been them.
How a police officer shot and killed a woman yesterday.
He did not mean to shoot the lady. He was aiming for the dog.
Don't shoot my dog, man!
The same police officer that killed him said it wasn't nothing but a dog.
He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. Everybody needs to remember there are two sides to every story.
Police department, is anybody home?
We got to think about life, death, family, that fast.
I've fired one shot into the dog's head. Drug dealers have aggressive dogs.
Have you ever seen a drug dealer using a Labrador dog?
No.
The police officer had shot and killed their dog, and that dog was a Chihuahua.
The knee-jerk reaction is to circle the wagons, prepare for a fight, and deny everything.
We had the witness that doesn't lie. We had the videotape.
Why is it so commonly justified that we literally shoot 5, 6, 7 bullets at a threat that has never killed one of us in the line of duty?
Of dogs and men. Let's go ahead and play this first sneak peek for Of Dogs and Men at ofdogsandmen.net. We're going to tweet this out as well at Real Alex Jones. Here it is.
Chloe enjoyed apples. If I took 2 slices, she just kind of give me a look like, hey, that one was mine.